Okay, guys, so we're just going to go over the most important thing that I would tell all of you guys to implement and make sure that you get right when you're in a fat loss phase, a building phase, a overall health phase. If there was one thing that I could tell my clients to make sure that they get right, it is sleep. Now, today we're going to talk about the one thing that will give you, or that will make you look better, more productivity, lose weight faster, improve your skin, reset your stress, make you happier, and extend your life. And yes, sleep does all of this. That's how important it is. Firstly, we're going to go through the beliefs that need to be broken around sleep. So you don't have to do all of them to see results. I don't do all of them, but I'll give you everything that I know, and you can just maybe pick a couple, implement them, see if they work for you. If they don't, try something else. But there's a whole bunch of information in here that is all scientifically proven to help when it comes to sleep. So 90% of the sleep benefits come from just being in a dark room with your eyes closed, according to the scientists. So if you're there going, I'm not sleeping, I'm not getting the benefits from just laying here on the odd night, or you're struggling to get to sleep, remember that 90% of sleep benefits just happen from having your eyes closed and being in a dark room. So stop pressuring yourself and overthinking it, because as soon as you start overthinking sleep, which I know you guys all know, it's very hard to get to sleep. So working hard all day definitely helps, whether that's at the gym, work, playing with the kids. As long as you're doing it all day, you'll greatly increase your sleep. Lazy days are going to kill sleep patterns. So have the belief of, I just need to do more in the day, and your sleep will magically improve. Now, tracking sleep. I don't do it, never have, because people stress about these numbers. If you go to sleep and wake up good, but look at your tracker and it says not enough deep sleep, well, then you believe it. How you feel is basically how you feel is only what you perceive. So if you're someone who tracks things, like I'm very anal with things. If I start tracking my steps, I get very anal on making sure that I'm hitting my steps. That's why I don't track my sleep, because it's just adding more pressure to things that you're already tracking and that you're already focusing on, which you don't need to do. All you need to do is make sure that you go to bed, give yourself an 8-hour window where you're getting that sleep. And if you're not waking up like you've had a proper sleep, then you need to look at implementing some more of these things. But just make sure that if you're tracking sleep, you're not worried about what happens if it says that you haven't got enough deep sleep. Now, the most important belief: weekdays and weekends equals days. There should be no difference. Same bedtime, 7 days a week, and your body will see significant better results. It doesn't matter when you get up, sleep in on the weekends for sure, but same bedtime. They're all just days. Like, don't look at a weekend as being a different sleeping pattern. Okay, let's get into the environment. So make the room cold. If you have an aircon or a fan, get it going. Too hot and you won't be sleeping. Use timers if you can, if you want to save money on electricity, but you have to have a colder room. We don't operate well in hot rooms. So if you need to invest in a cheap portable aircon, then I would definitely suggest to do so. Is it worth a few $100 to have quicker fat loss? Absolutely. Now, get rid of all light. No alarm clocks, no bedside clocks, cover charging lights if you can, nothing charging in your room, no TV, black out your blinds, foil over the blinds, towel under the door. Whatever you can do to make it pitch black is going to be a huge benefit. The blacker the room, the deeper the sleep. We are very, very sensitive when it comes to light in our sleep. Even eye masks are a big benefit. Like I said, I don't do all of these, but I'm going to give you every single thing that you can do to improve your sleep. Now, you need to remember that I just said that. I don't do every single one of these things. Obviously, there is benefits of having the house plants in your room, because it does create more oxygen, a little bit fresher. The studies do prove it. So another thing, I don't know if you're into that. I'm not, but invest in a good mattress. So it goes as expensive as your budget will allow you, is what I would say for your mattress, because we spend tens of thousands of dollars on cars and more on houses and heaps of other stuff, but sometimes not on our mattresses. We literally spend nearly half of our lives on the mattress. So In reality, you lay on that thing for 2,500 hours per year. You don't spend that much time in your shoes or clothes or anything. So fork out the money. It's the greatest health investment that you're ever going to do. It is a huge, huge thing. Get a good mattress. This is one thing I don't do, but I know that it does help some people. Get a weighted blanket. Scientific evidence shows getting one that is 10% of your body weight, if the right weight, sorry, 10% of your body weight. If the right weight for you is the right weight for you, so 90 kilos, you'd be looking at a 9 kilo weighted blanket. It's shown to be very soothing and calming and reduces tossing and turning. It's also shown to help with anxiety. So give it a go. Orthopedic pillows too. So you can get one of these that wrap around your neck like a U shape. You can get them custom fit. Again, people spend crazy amounts of money on other things, then spend $10 on a pillow. You lay on that thing for thousands of hours per year. Spend a little bit of extra money, and it's one thing I put off for a very long time. And I used to wake up with a sore neck half of a year, 50% of the year. And then I went and invested in a good pillow, and it made such a difference. Sleeping buddies or partners. It may be worth considering sleeping in separate rooms if it's that bad and your partner keeps you up. Snoring, not an ideal situation. So if your partner does snore, just make sure that you're separating yourself as only for sleep. Don't feel like it's for any other reason. It's just basically for sleep. So intimacy, yes, you want to make sure that you're still in the same bed for intimacy, but it's no different. Before you slept in the same bed, you still made it work, and I'm sure that you'll figure it out. Sleep over in other rooms, and you'll find a way. Okay, so my take, I don't do all of these because the few that I do works. I always turn the aircon on before bed. I cover every light that I can. I bought a really good mattress, a really good pillow, and have tested out like 5 different doonas to find the right temperature. As I keep saying, you don't need to do all of these. Quick sleep hacks. If you pee at night, then take a salt tablet or two. Like if you're going to the toilet a couple of times per night, it's either because you're drinking too much water at a later time of the day or you're not having enough salt. So you can basically buy salt tablets from the chemist. Usually this will keep your liquid in your body rather than getting up all of the time to go to the toilet. Eat at the same time each day if possible so that your body gets digestion regularly, and that'll help keep consistency rather than eating at random times. Breathing. Nose strips are excellent. If you have a blocked nostril or smaller airways that can really disrupt sleep, you can buy nose strips which go here and open the passage to help with sleep apnea. So, you basically put it over here, and this is going to help open your airways. More oxygen into the body is going to help with sleep. Sleep apnea is just not enough oxygen. You'll probably hear a lot of people talk about their apnea machines aren't working at sometimes, and it's because their airways aren't open enough and they're not gaining enough oxygen into their body. So make sure that if that's something you struggle with, then definitely have a look at some nose strips. Creams or sprays like Vicks or peppermint or even lavender or whatever are on the market. This will help clear your airways. So you can put it above your lip or on your pillow, whatever is going to be working best for you. But there's tons out there, and it's just a couple. Just test a couple and see what you like the most. Stop stimulants early in the day. So pre-workout, coffee, energy drinks, they all contain caffeine. Caffeine has a half-life of 6 hours, which means that if you have 1 cup of coffee, 6 hours later, there is still half a cup of coffee in your system, and 6 hours after that, half again. So if you're having caffeine past lunchtime, it's more likely affecting your sleep because it engages your adrenal system, which is wiring you up. Anxious at night, this is probably why. So I would always say to make sure that you don't have coffee after, depends what time you're going to bed, but between 12 and 2, definitely not after 2 p.m. Now, remember, these are all recommendations. just start with a few of them. Have your last meal 2 hours before bed for digestion. Stop drinking 3 hours before bed. Get most of your water in at the start of the day so that you've peed it out by the end of the day, not during the night. Still drink your water. Just make sure that you're spacing it out throughout the day. And as I said before, get majority of it in the morning. Take all of your vitamins and medications in the morning if possible to stop them breaking down and activating at night. Obviously, except for the ones that are specifically for sleep, such as magnesium and what's the other one? Melatonin. Those are things that I would only use. Well, magnesium's okay. I would only use them if you're struggling, because if you end up relying on them and then you go away on a holiday or something and you don't have them on hand, your sleeps are just going to be a nightmare. So only use sleep medications if you have to. 99% of the people that we work with, their sleeps are on point because we make sure that we're implementing a whole bunch of other things before we start looking at medications. Take all of your, oh, that's the same one. All right. And the last few habits: sleep on your side or back. Sleeping on your front reduces oxygen and can obstruct airways. Sleeping naked is definitely going to help for temperature purposes. Only sleep and have sex in the bedroom. No work in the bedroom, no watching movies in the bedroom, etc., because your brain will associate that room with awakening activities. Shower or bath before bed. Hopping out of the water will decrease your internal body temperature. And we've touched on the body temperature before. Cold room, obviously, you're going to be able to get nice and snug in your blanket. If you're hot, very hard to sleep. Meditation and breath work, two things that I absolutely rag onto all of my clients about. Massive game changers when it comes to stress, anxiety, sleep, depression, clearing the mind, all of those things. So meditation or breath work before bed to wind down, have a chill time. So if you're home late, spend a bit of time winding down before going to sleep. Get off your phones an hour, half an hour before bed, at least half an hour before bed, because the blue screens are going to definitely keep your brain working, and we don't want that. We want you to be winding down. As I always say, as I keep saying, I don't do all of these things. Most of them, yes, and I sleep good. Just pick a few that are easy to you and start putting them into action.